Hey everyone, let's do a recap of March 19th, starting with the metals. You know the normal deal, red boxes and green boxes, and the red box was resistive as always, green box supportive, and midline of the red box. I know several people got on that trade, and I mentioned in yesterday's analysis video, if you watched it, that I was expecting at least a 200-point move from gold. um, I have my own rules that when I'm performing really well on one instrument, I don't split my brain trying to include more. So I did not participate in that. But several asked me if that was good, and I said yes. The red box worked for a short idea. And yeah, I mean, there it is. That was 48.67, and then we came down to 46, 45, 30. So 300 points. Um, yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was good. All right, next day, March 20th. Happy Free Friday, by the way. Um, Vectors rising, of course, trying to find and provide support for the trend, which has continued from this morning, so March 19th morning. I do expect a little pullback and then a rise up, and then expecting for this wall long area between these two Drummond levels and the HMA coming down in the 10-minute to be resistive. I do think as well that there are some larger time frame. Okay, see vectors that are falling. Maybe the 1 hour. I don't know. That might be interesting though to provide resistance, perhaps. But I know the HMA is coming down as you see on the 10-minute, and price trying to find a little bit of support lower. So that's it for gold, and then let's jump over to the indices. Yeah, recapping March 19th first. It pretty much was just similar to the day before, where the ideal entry for the overall trend of the day was either in Asia or early pre-market. So you kind of see here that that's the case on the short on the way down. Although, do want to bring it to your attention how, even though it was terribly choppy, we were getting side exits on larger time frames and provided such easy support on this wave one daily open state. If you were patient, you could have taken scalps on both sides within this range and done well. As you saw that some did, and also I was able to do that too. This green box support was like super perfect, and the size that I put it is for like to show you that it's mostly for that period of time. So it was pretty perfect that almost near the very end that provided support and then came back down. So for March 20th, I'm expecting a similar situation. Price to come down and then rise up and then come down. Although one thing I am interested about with what's happening on the weekly time frame, I'm very curious if we're going to get that weekly vector test tomorrow after a very aggressive downside move, or we're going to get it next week. Although going into the weekly vector, if you've done your homework with looking at the weekly vector over the last 15 years, you'll see how um, most of the time we test into it and then run towards all-time highs over the next 3 months, 3 to 6 months after that. So based on how everything is happening, the narrative of the market, behavior of the daily and weekly candles, I do think we're coming into a similar situation where we're going to test into it and take off. And so this Friday might be, if we come down to the weekly vector, that might be the bottom before we start going towards all-time highs again. So I am curious, of course, how price is going to treat like the ES red box, which is higher than NQ for now. So I'm interested how that's all going to play out. Um, I'll give some updated levels and more guidance in Discord Pro. So, yeah, that's about it for me. Just stay disciplined with your size, don't over leverage, don't over trade big moves so you don't have to FOMO with size or anything like that. So, all righty, take care.